Welcome to this Easter special episode of Jagee's Cookbook. This special Sunday, which is Easter, and I wish you all a very, very, very happy Easter. Now, I have got something very special for you this Easter, and it's got to do with, well, chicken and fish. Now, usually it's all about Easter. Easter is all about eggs, and so lots of things surrounding that. But I thought of, showing you something which the eggs come from, that is the chicken. Now, Easter, as we all know, is a very auspicious occasion where Christians do believe that Jesus Christ rose and after 3 days, and because of that, Christians celebrate Easter. So this time I'm going to celebrate Easter with you here on Rose Bowl on Jagee's Cookbook, and I'm going to show you a wonderful meal. I've got some guests coming, so I might as well whip up something quickly and be ready for a special and simple Easter meal. So once again, happy Easter. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to make an Easter meal, which is going to be very, very easy for you and very, very totally delicious. Usually, people make biryani and, butter rice and chicken and lots of things which are very hard to make. Now, this particular meal is very, very simple, absolutely simple to make, so that you can actually enjoy Easter and you don't have to, fret around too much in the kitchen. So that's why I came up with this spicy chicken tandoori sort of recipe and a wonderfully delicious, bland cashew nut rice. Okay. So first of all, what we do is I'm going to marinate the chicken. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time to marinate, and I'm going to do the rice. Then I'll do the chicken, the tandoori chicken curry. Now, for this, we need curd, sour curd or yogurt, which is around 200 grams. Into this, I need to add some spices because this is our marinade for the chicken. And I'm going to marinate around 450 to 500 grams of boneless chicken pieces. Okay, I'm going to just show you this. Yes, these are some boneless chicken pieces which has been cut into fairly medium-sized chunks, you can say. Now, the reason why I took or I opted for boneless chicken is mainly because, you don't have to, there are people who are fussy about having bones and they don't like it, and they like, or they tend to like boneless chicken. So that's why I took boneless chicken, but you can take chicken with bones. So it's all up to you. Now, for the marinade, what I need is first, I need around 200 grams of nice, medium sour yogurt. Okay, and into this, okay, I'm going to add, now these are the spices, 2 to 3 teaspoons of chili powder. It all depends upon you. Now, you can add 2 or 3. It all depends on you. This is 2.5. I need 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, okay, and 1 teaspoon of black salt, okay, black salt, or you can, you get it in every supermarket. It's a North Indian type of salt. They use it a lot in North India. So again, I'm going to say around 2 to 3 teaspoons of chili powder, Kashmiri chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, and around 1 teaspoon of kala namak or black salt. Okay, so I'm going to put the whole thing in. Okay, easy. Just these powders in. 2 teaspoons of chili sauce. Okay, 2 teaspoons of chili sauce. Now this is really going to be spicy, so you have to be really careful about how much spice you want. So if you're going to feed your children, obviously they wouldn't want so much spices. But this is like sort of a grown-up sort of meal, so I'm not going to concentrate too much on the children this time. Okay, yum. Just mix everything together and you get a sort of, well, what do you call, a pinkish coral marinade. Okay, nothing else, no chopping, nothing else. Very simple. Okay, now to this you can add, taste and see whether you need a bit of salt and pepper. Okay, so let me just have a little taste, where I don't have a spoon right now, so I'm going to use my measuring spoon. Anyway, well, needs a bit of salt, okay, because it needs to marinate. The chicken is going to absorb the salt. Okay, so a bit of salt, not too much, just a bit. Okay, and a little bit of pepper. Now, if you're allergic to pepper, don't add, but I want some pepper. Okay, pepper, mix well. Nice. Thing needs a bit more chili sauce. Make it a little more hot. The heat. It's going to be really good. I feel like having something spicy today. Now, in this goes our boneless chicken, which is well, around half a kilo, 450 to 500 grams. Okay, this has to be chunked into medium-sized pieces. Okay, and just mix it along. There. So this is done. That is, well, it's not done. The marinade is done, and the chicken has to absorb all the wonderful flavors. Lovely. This has to be kept aside. Let this marinate and do its job. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is, by the time that marinates, this has to be turned into a sort of a tandoori curry sort of thing. I'm going to start off with the rice. Now, the rice I have already prepared this is like 2 cups of rice, which has been cooked in cashew milk. Okay, cashew milk. Now, what I did was I took 50 grams of cashew nuts, 50 grams of cashew nuts, and I soaked it in water for around half an hour. Then I ground it up into paste with either you can use water or milk. I used milk. You can use anything, but I just want a nice paste, a cashew paste, okay? Once it's soaked, it's going to be very easy to grind it up into a very smooth cashew paste. We have around 2 cups of basmati rice. For that, we need 1 cup of coconut milk or milk. Mix the 50 grams of cashew nut paste in the 1 cup of milk, and the rest 3 cups of water. Okay, and I have made some cashew nut rice out here. So now I'm going to temper the rice, or I'm going to flavor the rice once more. Once more, I'm going to tell you the process of the cooked rice. That is the cashew nut rice. I took 50 grams of cashew nuts. I soaked it in a little bit of, you can soak it in water or a little bit of milk. After half an hour or around 45 minutes, grind it into a very, very smooth paste with a little bit of water or milk as you choose. Then what you do is add this 50 grams of cashew nut paste with 1 cup of either coconut milk or normal milk. Okay, mix it and you get 1 cup of coconut milk, cashew milk, and then we add 3 cups of water with it. So altogether, for 2 cups of basmati rice, we have 4 cups of liquid. Okay, once that's done, simmer first, bring it to a boil, simmer it, and then you get some lovely cashew nut rice, which is flavored. Obviously, you have to put your salt and seasonings like pepper. After that, once that's done, okay, then this done and cooled, the final process is to make it more prettier and more tastier is, well, add around 3 or 4 spring onions, depends on how much we want, okay. Chop it, very, very, very light. Now the reason why I take spring onions because it's easy to chop, and it's much easier, and it's a very, very mild taste rather than the strong taste of the shallots or the big onion. And it's also very pretty and doesn't sting my eyes. Okay, now finally what we need is to heat the pan for the rice. Now what I do is add, well, now because it's a festive occasion, Easter, I'm using a bit of clarified butter or ghee. You can use butter or you can use sunflower oils or anything. But then I find because it's, well, a nice festive season, why not add a little bit of clarified butter or ghee, just a bit. And now I've added just 1 tablespoon. You can add more if you want to. I'm just going to add a bit of oil, canola oil or sunflower oil, together with this so that everything is moistened and nothing is too fatty. Okay, add my spring onions. Look at this green discs, beautiful. Along with my spring onions, I'm going to add my cashew nuts. Okay, I'm just going to add whole cashew nuts. You can add anything. You can chop it up if you want to. I'm lazy, so I'm not going to. Okay, and besides, well, something different really gives a big bite. Okay. Yes, and this has to saute for some time. Okay, and let this sizzle along. You can add a little bit of, well, green chilies. Let this sizzle just a bit, and then we can add our rice. Now this is right, toasted golden. Add, well, 1 chili if you want. If you don't want, don't. Okay. Green chilies. Once the green chili is added, don't wait too much. Just plunk in the rice. The cashew rice. Cooked cashew rice. Now I have added a bit of spices in this, like 2 anise seeds and a bit of cardamom. Okay. Just keep this aside. So you can see the anise seeds. And you may see the cardamom. Just mix everything. Lovely. Check for your seasonings, salt, pepper, everything. Now I have already salted the cashew cooked rice. So, gorgeous. Now my cashew rice is ready. Now I'm just going to keep this aside. Before, I'm going to transfer it into a serving plate and then garnish it. Just keep that aside. Now let's come back to our chicken, which has been marinating for some time. And yes, it does need to marinate. All the beautiful flavors of the marinade is, permeated into the lovely chicken pieces. So this is done. Okay, just look at this color, this coral pink, beautiful color. Now, keep this aside. We need another pan to obviously cook the chicken. Now, before doing that, okay, what we need to do is we need to fry the chicken pieces. Okay, now for that we have to do a certain technique, which is I'm going to retrieve only the chicken pieces into this bowl. Okay, chicken pieces into this bowl. Just the chicken pieces, not the marinade, because we need the marinade for the base of the tandoori curry. Okay, just the chicken. I have retrieved all the chicken pieces from the marinade, okay, and what I need to do is I need around 2 to 3 tablespoons of corn flour, okay, teaspoons I mean, and either corn flour or wheat flour, well, not wheat flour, gram flour, corn flour or gram flour, okay. This is to give the pieces a bit of heft, okay, and just mix this mixture in, and I'm going to fry these pieces, these chicken pieces. There you go. Mix everything done. I need a pan. Now you can do the same thing with paneer. Okay, either chicken or paneer. You can interchange the recipe and the same recipe, but cooking time will be much less. Okay. And in paneer, you don't have to put too much garam masala. Okay. Now, in that, you need a little bit of oil to fry the chicken. Canola oil, that's my choice. Just a bit. Just to fry the chicken pieces. And then I'm going to use the same oil for the curry, tandoori curry. This is going to be yum, yum, yum. Now, put these chicken pieces into it and let it fry, fry, fry. Carefully. Oops. Now, if I hadn't put the flour, corn flour, this wouldn't have stuck too much. I mean, the yogurt would have just dripped off. And we'll wait till these darlings are cooked and golden brown. Tender and beautiful, moist. The yogurt actually gives it a very moist and tender thing. That's why tandoori and tikka, they all have yogurt, because yogurt always moisturizes the meat. So it's a very good thing. I always love to marinate fish and chicken, everything with yogurt, because it's got an acid medium, it's got milk, it's got lactic acid, which actually helps in the marination. I'm going to just turn these chicken pieces over. Oh, just look at it. It's so beautiful, bronzed and golden. Beautiful. The color is gorgeous. Colors really make me very happy. Golden brown. It's not even brown, it's just bronze and golden. Now, just keep this aside. Okay. Now we need to make our curry in the same oil that we fried our lovely chicken pieces, which are bronzed and ready out there. We've got our leftover marinade. What we have to do is we have to chop up a bit of spring onions. Okay. And that's just beautiful. The spring onions, that crunchness. When you actually cut the spring onions, it's really crunchy. Now, all we have to do is with these beautiful discs, you just keep a little bit of green part of the spring onions for embellishment. A little bit of ginger. Okay, now this ginger has been washed well, so I'm not going to bother. I'm going to just grate it, and I'm not going to bother to peel it. Okay, because it's washed really well. Besides, again, get lots of fiber and antioxidants. Just well, a teaspoon of ginger. That's it. Give it a click, and then just mix this. Now, this has to be sautéed till it's tender. It doesn't have to be crisp or brown, just a bit tender. Okay, and capsicum, a red capsicum. Now, this is not very essential, but like I said, I love colors, and I'm going to add a bit of redness to this beautiful dish. Add cubes of capsicum, big cubes, as big as the actual chicken. And just mix it along. Once this is mixed, pour in your reserved marinade. Mix this, and then put in your fried chicken pieces. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. I'll mix this along so we get a lovely curry, tandoori curry, and let this simmer some time, around 10 to 15 minutes. Let it really simmer and cook well. Now, the spicy curry, chicken curry is done. It has been simmering for around 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. Now, you have to actually make sure that the chicken is cooked thoroughly. Now, it was halfway cooked through, or 3/4 cooked through when you actually fry the chicken pieces. Then we put it in the gravy, and the whole thing is come into a wonderful spicy chicken tandoori curry. I'm going to taste and see exactly how it is. Lovely. And nice. Now what I'm going to do is transfer it. Before that, let me have a taste of it. This is hot. Don't want to boil my tongue. Okay. It's good. Everything perfect. You can add a bit more of pepper if you want to, but this is enough. Okay. Now what we do is I'm going to transfer this into a waiting plate. Lovely. Yum, yum. Like I said, you can make it with paneer, which is also very, very tasty. On top of this, we're going to embellish it with coriander leaves. Lovely, lovely fresh chopped coriander leaves. And then our rice, which I have already assembled and kept out here. I've assembled it in this plate, and I'm just going to take it out. Yes. Now we'll put some spring onions, fresh spring onions here on top of this, and on top of the rice. Okay, so that's done. My wonderful tandoori chicken curry and cashew rice, both of which are a wonderful combination. And it's very simple. You don't have to do a lot of chopping or cooking or anything. It's just very, very simple, assembling everything together. And I know you'll try it. It's going to be wonderful. And I wish you all a wonderful and happy Easter.